again, welcome. You can open your eyes now, stretch a little bit, eat the food if you want in the back. So as we know, we are celebrating the new month. The name of the month in Hebrew is called Cheshvan. That's a name. Now, who came up with the sign of the zodiac? Who came up with those names? Who came up? Scorpions sound a little bit scary. They could give a different name, maybe rabbit, the month of the rabbit. I mean, in Chinese astrology, it's kind of more fun. You have rabbit, you have the horse. It's cool, maybe giraffe. But somehow we end up with Scorpio. Scary, you know, somebody you're going out, those of you still dating, you know, when you're going on a date, somebody says Scorpio, even if you don't know astrology, Scorpio. Okay, nice. Lion, for some reason it's scary, but people are okay with that. I'm a Leo. Oh, that's very nice. I'm Scorpio.
See you later.
Like, I don't know what to do with you. It's interesting. Now, why is that? When you're opening all books of astrology, there is always a story that bothered me. Being a Scorpio, it bothered me a lot. And this is a story they start to tell about Scorpio. Once upon a time, it was a Scorpion that wanted to cross the river. Right? Everybody read that book. It bothered me. It's a Scorpion. And the story goes like that. That Scorpion went to the elephant and said, "With you, please, help me to cross the river." The elephant say, "No." He said, "Why not?" He said, "You're going to sting me and kill me." He said, "Elephant, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? If I kill you, we're both going to die." So the elephant think, okay, smart move, I agree. So right away, the Scorpion climbed the elephant back and the boat crossing the river. In the middle of the river, the Scorpion, sting the elephant. The elephant say, "What happened?" So I can't help it, that's my nature, okay? So when you read it in the book, it's a little bit depressing. No other sign they talk bad about. So I do astrology from maybe age 16, age 15. I remember the first book that my sister bought. So, "Oh, it's too boring." I start reading. And I say, I feel like it's unfair. And I keep looking, being selfish. And, I mean, I used to have ego, but now, thank God, I'm perfect. So life is perfect. So I went to that. And I was looking for, there's got to be something good. There's got to be something good. And the idea of Scorpion, those of you who are married to Scorpio, have a friend who is Scorpion, you know, women and men are first different when it comes to Scorpion. Okay, you need to know. Both of them have, you know, men with Scorpio have their period twice a month. Okay, not once, twice a month. Scorpion are very affected by the weather, they're very sensitive, so they're allergic to the liars, allergic. If they get into the room and there is a liar in the room, they will tell you, "Not feel comfortable, goodbye. Adios." Okay? Why is that? Because, now, why would Scorpio don't like liars? What is about liars that they can't stand? Scorpion has a need to control. Where does the need to control come from? From fear. When I have a need to control, that means I don't believe I can control. What is the one type of persona that you can control? Liar. Liar can never be controlled because you don't know where it's going. So for that reason, in the next 30 days, we all going to experience intensity. Where is that intensity will go, that's up to you. I will do everything today, tonight, to share with you information that exists from 3,800 years ago. I will share with you different information. You might find it useful, you might find it nice, but whatever you're going to do with it, that's up to you. Try to remember what I tell you, try to remember that we are here together, okay? So first, I want to show you the chart of today. Just going to go, you don't have to memorize everything. If you don't know astrology, that look like MRI or something like that. So don't get scared. I mean, it's a very simple, basically the astrology chart is basically divided to 12 like pizza. So it's a 12 slice, very simple, okay? And let's go to the next one so I can go with details. I'm sorry, everybody took pictures here. So basically, as we are now in this moment, you see it says 6, the number 666. It's not the 666 from the book of Revelation. Okay, so 666, it says 6. You know, if you're counting from the months of Aries, okay, from the months of Aries, what would be the 6 months? Let's count together.
It's Virgo's house.
Huh?
It's Virgo's house.
6 is Virgo. You know
I'm an
astrology?
astrologer.
Oh, very good. Okay, so you know astrology. We're an astrologer. I'm so happy and touched. So basically we see that Virgo, now Virgo, 6th house mean hard work. We have in this month what's been expecting for us in the seed level, we need to do the work. Now there's different type of work. Work is business, work on myself, work on my spirituality. You can take it any way that you want. But we gotta work on ourselves. Now I tell you, it sounds like bad news by most people that, you know, when they hear Mercury is going to retrograde, everybody nervous and panic. Spiritually, how the Kabbalists look at Mercury going to retrograde, it's a chance to renew a relationship. Because what does it mean? You're going back to what you couldn't fix with people. It's a second chance. So this month, please, those two lips, okay, we need to work on a little bit less. Not to shut up totally. I mean, but you're about to say something, give yourself 72 seconds before you speak. You're about to say something, you know you're right. Because most fight happen when both sides think they're right. You know, that's most fight. So Mercury will play a role, guys. Now, you already been aware that Neptune, those of you who know about Neptune, and I'm not here to talk just astrology, so I just want to start with that. Neptune is basically, as you can see, Mr. Neptune here, okay, retrograde as well. Neptune is the deep, the depth of the ocean. It's bringing all the garbage out, which means it's time to take the garbage out, clean, good laundry machine, next to it is a dryer, unbelievable. Bring the best of the best from each person. Now, this is about, if I'm not mistaken, until the end of November. If I'm not mistaken, Neptune is giving the shift. So that's why in the end of November, we decided to take a group of people and meditate in Israel. That's specifically because of that. I choose that date. What does Neptune mean for you? Are you ready to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth? Second question, are you ready to know the truth? I remember myself start to meditate. There is a deep meditation written by Rabbi Avraham Bulamki. It's a very deep meditation. It's when you bring forces, entity, angel, and other thing. And one of the part of meditation is when you wear the blue string, one of our string, you're allowed to see things. You're allowed to be dealing with things. And I remember myself asking myself, do I want to know? And I was scared a little bit. Fear came to my heart. I said, wow, do I want to know? Because there is all the details that you can tell about your future is available. Because what is the future? Is the future here? Absolutely. The future is here. The seed of tomorrow is today. So what is time? It's nothing. It's condensed. It's almost like a seed of an apple and the tree of an apple. So whatever you think about tomorrow, when people say, I remember yesterday, you also remember tomorrow. But you have to raise your level of awareness and consciousness to be connected to know time. If time is basically a very big part of your life, you know, you gotta be careful. Because if yesterday, today, tomorrow, people use the term, and I'm Israeli, as you can tell my accent, many people think I'm French, but I'm not. So when I came to America, I heard two new words that we don't say in Hebrew. First thing, when you get a cold, people say, I'm sick on the phone. Can't stand it, I'm sick. In Israel, you only say, I'm sick after 2 days or 3 days. You gotta be really sick. Say, I got a cold. That's it, you don't go. Words has power, my friend, especially in this month. Be careful, be careful. You can't just say, I'm sick, and expect everything to be okay the day after, because you're injecting words that has power in it. Now this month is intense. This month's taking you seriously. I am poor. I can't afford it. Why are you saying it? Use the word I can afford it all. I just choose not to buy it. I can afford it all. I choose not to buy it. We gotta start choosing the right words. I'm so healthy. But I'm gonna see the doctor, see how he's doing. You need to remember, I know it sounds funny, but it's a serious business. Because if you start to change this concept right away, things around you will start to be different. But you always start with gratitude. For people who don't have gratitude, this month might be difficult. If you look at what you're missing, and I'm sorry to say it to you, because I know it's difficult not to look at what we don't have. Some of us don't have love, some of us don't have health, some of us try to do different kind of diet, nothing work. Some of us, we all have something. all have something. You know why we all have something? Because somebody becomes somebody after he meet a lot of opportunity to be nobody. And the nobody, if you take the word body, nobody, somebody, your body has to go through some exercise in life. And the exercises are always confusing, full of doubts. What do you want? A perfect life? If you have a perfect life, what are you in the perfect life? Nothing. You have not exist. But the divine, the creator, God is giving you all kind of opportunity for you to discover who? Yourself. If you're not going to have a difficult life, you're never going to discover who you really are. If you're going to have a perfect life, and I don't know how many friends you have, I have a lot of friends who have what people call perfect life. You know, the money, the dog, the thing, that, and the dog is healthy, he's eating chicken, that. Perfect life. Miserable. How come they're miserable? But they have it all. The cup is completely perfect. Because what are you going to work on? What are you going to earn the next thing? What are you going to do next? And I had the privilege this weekend on Saturday night. A family, wonderful family, came to see me. They saw me first at Beverly Hills Hotel. We had the first session. And then they said, can we come see you before we fly back to New York? So of course, came with a good time. And the talk mostly was about how to be happy. And I told the man who can teach me a lot about life and business that happiness equals earning. If you want to be happy, you have to use the word earn, not receive. If you receive, you're going to be miserable. Remember, if you have a goal to receive, let's say, money this month, don't think about the money you want to receive this month. Because again, this money is so generous. But it's not generous when your lack of gratitude is there, or when you are not thinking about sharing, about what can I do. If there is only me, there is no nourishment. And I would like to explain why. It's very important that we understand why. Think about spirituality. When we want to become spiritual, we connect to a force. That force, the companies call it light. You can call it God, divine, candy, whatever you want to call it. Light. I don't care what you call it. It's a force. A force. That force is only do one thing. Share. What happened to us when we come about to become spiritual? We only think about one word, receive. So now there is contradiction. I come to take, and the light come to give. So it might not work. When a person is coming to the light to say, how can I share? How can I give? How can I help? Then you have an affinity. It's become one. When you have an affinity, when you become one with the light, then everything starts to flow. And it's with everything that we do. This month just brings more intensity to all levels. Scorpio are intense. Those of you who are married to Scorpio, if you're not married yet, come to see me. We'll give you some introduction. You know, not everybody can handle a married to Scorpio. I mean, my wife, I don't know, she's doing pretty well, thank God. I mean, unbelievable. We are together for a long time. First time we met, I gotta share this with you, we met in Israel. My wife is American, I'm Israeli. And many years ago, I like to impress whoever I meet. I think I impress. I mean, she talked to me for at least 1 hour and 47 minutes. Okay?
Exactly.
And it was really good talk. The problem, the next morning, she didn't talk to me. So I thought, you know, when you, as a salesman, you make the deal, you know, you're in, everything's working, it's perfect. But the ignore for Scorpio is a nightmare. If you want to punish a Scorpion, don't fight with them. If you fight with Scorpio, they're okay with it. They're ready. Okay, let's go. No problem. If you are loving them, they're okay. But the ignore is the one thing that they can never handle. They don't want to be ignored. They don't want to be told, please come in, come in. They don't want to be ignored because for them, ignore means they die. They not exist. For that reason, Scorpio is the one sign who can actually talk about death, think about death, and understand death. Being in the 8 hours, those of you know the 8 hours. They actually have a full understanding of it. They live in it from a young age. They understand it. Now, what does that mean for you if you're not a Scorpio? So in this month, you have the ability to go intense, to go into yourself and discover who you are. Please, first thing, don't talk a lot. Okay, don't promise a lot. Okay, whatever you will say will use against you in the court of heaven. And I am not joking with you. So just watch out with the words that you speak in this month. It's about doing in this month, okay? 6 hours, doing, action, volunteer. Don't say, I think I'm going to be there. Be there. What do you think? You don't need to say, I think I'm going to be. Just go. Let them reject you. It's better than you promise. Because when you promise, you get energy from it. So don't promise. Just go, do, clean, help. It's a beautiful, beautiful month. Now, why is this month is a month that people are afraid of? What is the historical event that happened this month? The historical event that took place in this month is called the flood. If you remember the Ark of Noah, okay, in the time of Noah, basically people misbehaved. What was the exact misbehave of the people? It was sexual, as usual, right? And stealing. It was two things, sexual and stealing. They reached the level that, when I say about sexual, what is a sexual sin? How does a sexual sin look like? I mean, we are now in the time of freedom. Last lecture I gave in Florida was with a sex therapist, and I'm pretty open guy, I can talk about everything until they start asking deep questions, but really deep that I couldn't answer. And I look at the sex therapist, she was sitting, I said, listen, do you mind to answer some of what they asked? This is going far here. You can use your imagination. So, what is a sexual sin? What is a sex? Because the chakra of Scorpio is the sexual organ. So everybody in the area of the sexual organ, you have to be careful not to get sick in this month. So bless. Don't look at it like just sexual. Bless. I mean, from there come children. From there is a connection between male and female, male and male, female and female. But from there coming an energy that energy is exact energy how it was in the time of creation. So sexuality is not just happened to be because you invented it. No, God himself put energy within the sexual organ. So basically we will have children and so on and so on. Okay? It's not just when people think about sex, they think, oh, it's too dirty, it's too that. You should read the Talmud. The Talmud was written 2,000 years ago. They will tell you all about sex there. Today in our generation, we are shy, we do hiddenly in our room with the iPhone, sad. People don't meet each other anymore, say, listen, I don't need you on my iPhone. It's very sad. So the whole idea of sexuality is basically combine the light, remember the light, and the container and the vessel. This is what sex is connect those two forces, the giving and the receiving. So what is the concept in the time of Noah that sex was so bad? It was all about receiving, all about the ego. When all what I think is about how can I receive, then the whole concept of sex turned into a nightmare. And I will tell you why. In our generation, in our time, the last 10 years when I worked with people in Miami, London, everywhere, and most of the complaint of a lot of ladies that when they go on a date, sex is required first, and then they might ask for your name. Then they might ask for your number. And I'm not primitive, I'm very open-minded to everybody's idea. I have a lady, wonderful lady, she might listen, she's very funny. She's the one person who teach me that to have one date in one evening, it's not enough. So she's New Yorker, those of you who ever live in New York City. So how many dates she have in every evening? She have 4. Yeah, you should learn, ladies should learn. First date, it's a little bit early, it's drink. Second date is antipasto, a little bit, like the small plate, yeah. Then the real date is the dinner, and if there is something available, it's the dessert. And I said, so why you came to see me? You're doing so well. So I want to get married. I said, with who? With who? With who you're going to get married? With the drink, the dinner? She happened to be Scorpio, I'm sure she listened. And the idea with the time of Noah, the flood, what the flood did, it washed everything. Like water washing everything. It was boiled water that came from below and rainwater that came from above. So I don't need to describe to you what happened. The animals were saved. They went to the ark with Noah. The ark itself, it's not just a physical structure. the book of the Zohar write to us, and the book of Tikkunei Zohar explain that we are talking about secret structure, that how you're going to build your ark, your home. And the question I have for you, my friend, and you should ask yourself that question, what kind of home, I'm not talking about home, what kind of home you think you have, or you want to have, or what is the thing you don't have yet, and you wish you will have? You got to start asking yourself that question. If you have a piece of paper, just write it down to yourself, what you would like to add to your home, okay? Remember that if you take the word Scorpio in Hebrew, the way you say it in Hebrew is akrav. Say after me, akrav. Akrav, if you break it to two, akrav is ikar bet. Ikar bet mean bite, house, my home. So ikar mean the main energy, the main powerful energy. So what is the main powerful energy in the month of Scorpio? Is how you build your home, how you build yourself. Now there is few things that you have to ask yourself, okay? Building your home, okay? Remember, it will be 4 Mondays to build your home. This Monday, okay, it's the beginning, it's the seed. Next Monday is how you're going to feel your surrounding, what's going to happen to your surrounding. In 2 Monday, full moon, is your emotion. And the 3rd Monday after that is when you receive something mystical and spiritual. Try to be here. We're going to celebrate it every Monday. For the next 3 Mondays, it's a very, very important Monday. So, where are you at your home? How important are you for you? You should ask yourself that question too. Look, who are you for you? When you look at yourself in the mirror, who are you? Who are you? What do you say about you? It's very important to reach to this consciousness this month, because Scorpio make it available. Scorpio is always available. It's giving you all the answer if you want to go deep. People who want to go not deep enough, I will tell you, just skip a month, okay? Just wait for next month, you know? And then when you get to Sagittarius, you're going to celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, the tree, nice. I'm not against Sagittarius. I'm just saying it's different. Scorpio, it's you dig into the bones marrow. This is how it works. If you have a relationship with the Scorpio, you know it's not going to be easy, because they're going to ask a lot of why. Why? Why are you doing it? Oh, what for? Why? What for? Why? What for? This is the question. Anybody's married to Scorpio? Nobody's married. Okay. Good for you. Debbie raised her hand. I am. Anyway, so ignore. Debbie sometimes ignore me. That's my therapy, she said. So, I cannot take it. Say something. Fight with me at least. So, what's in your home now? What is in your home? What is the most important part of your personality that you think? Please think about it for a second. What is the most important part of your personality? It's very important to reach to that part, because if you don't know, people will not know. And a lot of time we expect to be fulfilled from people for the area that we are not fulfilling ourselves. Then we end up with the same club of victim.com or misery.com and misery love company, and we start meeting the wrong people, you know? And if you see on the bar, sometimes you see this guy complain about his wife, and next to him the one who complains, say, your wife is bad, let me tell you about my wife out there. You know, that's unfortunate. Now, more than that, in your home, what is around your house? What is around? Now, this is called Or Mekif. Or Mekif means surrounding light. So in the month of Scorpio, there is a lot of Or Mekif, there is a lot of surrounding light. The Kabbalists explain there is 2 types of light that appear. Something called inner light. Inner light is what you achieve from your parents already. Your parents give you energy, okay? Your mom give you the red blood cell, and the father gave you the white blood cell. And through that, they build a structure of a body. That structure, that vessel, that container contain the light of God coming within to the body. Now, as you grow, usually after between the age 19 to 20, okay, 19 to 21, sometimes depends on your soul. This is when the growth begins. It starts a little bit early, but it's really sealed at that age. That's why a lot of people sometimes fall into disease at that time, mental disease. Why? Because the soul coming in and the container cannot take it. So I always tell parents, when the kids get to age 19, please talk to them gently. You have to direct them, because until age 21, this is where we have to keep them safe. Or Mekif, surrounding light, mean pressure. And we don't like the word pressure. Most people don't like the word pressure because pressure seems to be negative. In spirituality, pressure means that the light want to give you more than you can receive. So you might look at it as a curse, but it's actually considered a blessing. So when you feel pressure from outside, things not working, let's say health issue, God forbid, relationship issue, money issue, all of those things are a push to grow. But you cannot expect life to grow. You can only expect you to grow. It's your home. Remember this month, again, specifically for this month, your home. So it is your surrounding light. Your inner light is already there. But if you're going to do the same thing you did last year and you expect some change, you know what they say about you. You're crazy, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You got to do something different. You got to do something different. What is this one different thing that you got to do? We call it bravery. You have to be brave. Now, bravery, unfortunately, it's something that people not having fun doing. People love to prepare for everything. People love to prepare for everything, and if you're Scorpio, I love to prepare. I'm a very nerdy guy. My wife wanted to dance for the 80 music. I said, why not? And we found that the one place in the world that they have 80 music to dance to is Amsterdam. So I said, oh, we will go to Amsterdam to dance, doesn't make sense. But I will go on Google and study Amsterdam now. I study. So I can't tell you what's going on there, you don't need to know. So bravery is to do things not from your brain and not from your heart. I repeat, not from your brain, not from your heart. So what is it? What do we call it? I mean, what is it called? Gut feeling. What is it? You have to go for it. You have to go for it. And when you go for it, things start to open up. Why? Because you're inviting the unknown. The unknown is called Or Mekif, surrounding light around your vessel. Surrounding light around your vessel, surrounding light around your home. But it's not something that you know yet. It's something that you don't know. But to know that you don't know, it's a very nice level. To know that you don't know, it's also a little bit ego, because I know that I don't know. And somebody comes to tell you, you know that you don't know that? Yeah, I know that, I know. It's basically shut up. That's what they try to tell you. Okay? But not to know that I don't know, that's totally pure light. Because what we call the Ein Sof, the endless, it's surrounding us by a certain power that will stretch your vessel. You're allowed to stop it, by the way. So don't ask for things to come. They will come in this month. Don't ask for more money is coming. Do you have a room for it? Everybody said, yeah, I do, no problem, no, yeah. But remember, a lot of time when a lot of money comes, it's come with something called side effect. Money comes with side effect. A lot of fulfillment comes with side effect. To avoid the side effect, I have to ask for nourishment, include money, include love, include health. I have to ask it for global community reason. It cannot be just for me. I cannot separate myself from the group and hate the disease of cancer. What is a cancer? One cell that went crazy. One cell that becomes selfish. What is a cancer? Tumor. It keeps growing because it's alone. But if you look at the tumor, it's actually unbelievable. It's an immortal cell. It is one immortal cell. It's one cell that refused to die. All the other cells are dying, and the cancer stayed there. Not me. But that is the part that eventually killed the body. So when a person is not willing to be part of a group, there is a problem. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to have 1 billion and be miserable. You're going to have so many people that feel alone. Everything you're going to have. So it's not about receiving. It's about how do I reflect, that gift, that thing that I have, and then give. And that's why I start with gratitude. Because if you don't have gratitude, you just receive. Eventually, it's going to go downhill. Appreciation is truly something I studied for my mom. My mom appreciates basically everything. But God bless her. I mean, she's very smart. She knows to judge the people when it's time for her to judge. My mom is the one who's going to give you guilt when you are eating a fresh bread. I grew up in Israel, and the I don't know about here, but we always been told that Africa doesn't have food. So we have to finish the plate. And my mom used to make it with her noise. It's okay. Just finish, that's okay. And just the noise was enough. That sound was like breaking your bones. And they say, I'm sure you heard it, you know, the difference between Catholic mom to a Jewish mom. Catholic mom say, if you don't finish the food, I will kill you. Jewish mom say, if you don't finish the food, I will kill myself. A little different, you know. It's a little different. So to remember that this month will give you intensity from outside. So you're going to meet the wrong people this month. Get ready for it, okay? Those wrong people are wonderful. Don't be upset. Put the glass to see the expression, okay? Don't be upset. The liar, the wrong people. I mean, my evening already started. You can tell Debbie. Somebody I didn't see for 2.5 years. Eliyahu! I've been outside saying, yes, what can I do? You know, it's going to come. Don't panic, okay? No reason to panic. Reason is to understand, okay, light, okay? You want the best of the group? Bring it on. Bring it on. But remember, it includes a little bit of pain. It includes a little bit of discomfort because growth, okay? You know better than me about gym and stretching. I mean, somebody told me they went to do Pilates. I did Pilates one time. That's it. I went, my wife, God bless her, decided that Pilates is the way for me. I went there, and some of the positions are embarrassing for a man. It was 20 women, and you're holding some, those of you who don't know Pilates wouldn't understand what I went through. And the lady was talking very fast. I said, listen, I didn't catch the first one. I said, while you're breathing, what are you doing? You put the leg in the hand. I said, it's too many things at the same time. So, it was a wonderful experience, but I never go again. Wonderful that people like it. And the idea of the stretching, the yoga, the sport that you do, the diet, it's the same thing with what you want to achieve this month. Are you ready to stretch? Are you ready to do things you don't want to do? Are you ready to jump to places that you never thought that you would go there? Ask yourself that question. So why would you expect the Og Mekif, again, the surrounding light, to be kind to you and come and opening the vessel a little bit and share more light? You're not open to grow. You're not open to, go ahead, I'm going to do it. If you're not, let's go. Then the month also will look like, I'm not ready yet. Okay? Understand energy. Energy is flow as you flow. Okay? As you flow. You normally go, I don't know, to Starbucks every morning at 7:15, order the same coffee, change. Change! Order tea. Say hello to the person there who keep washing and struggling with the milk. How are you? How was your day? Go around and make sure that people know that you're there and you get it out of the house. Ikar bet. Okay? Now what I'm going to share with you will be the letters that control this month. As you can see, this is not Chinese. This is Hebrew letters. And on top of each letter, you see like something look like antenna. Okay? That antenna is basically draw energy. This letter is called Dalet, in charge of Delet, meaning door to your house. This is the door to your house. This letter created a planet called Mars. So I'm talking about the original DNA of the Mars itself. The other letter called Nun, okay, controls Scorpio. Both of the letters are considered a little bit heavy, a little bit negative. Because Dalet represents Dal, poor. Nun represents Nofel, falling. Okay, so both of them together, if you put them together, it represents Dan, which means judgmental. So, of course, people look at Scorpio, I'm scared, I'm nervous, what is coming? But if you use it in the right way, Dalet, you take the letter and turn it into door, Delet. You know, it's your door to begin something. But if you're not willing to change, not willing to pressure, this month is not so merciful. If you're ready to make some big change with yourself, with everything, this month is the most generous month. Nun, the numerology value of the letter Nun is 50. 50 is the level of called Bina, B-I-N-A. I cannot explain what Bina is, and I'm sorry for the new people, but you should read about it in Google. There's enough information, or go on Vital, I'm explaining it there. Bina is the energy store. The energy store means that everything is available there, okay? And you can desire things in two ways. One way, I want because I don't have. Or second way, I want because there is so much in Bina. You choose. If you choose the second one, this one will be super generous. If you choose the first one, which means I want because I don't have, and you go to all those courses, how to get what you want, how to really, really get what you want, and you read another book, how to really, really, really get what you want. You know, the courses don't need to be discussed, and you are always missing. Then the letter Nun turn into falling. So this month is tricky. You gotta play with it right. And when we said the flood took place in this month from the time of Noah, it means that the flow of energy is never going to stop. But do you have ark? Do you have a home? Do you have a place? Do you have a vessel? Do you have a container what to put it? Everybody think, yeah, I want money. I'm ready. I'm cool. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because if you build something and it's coming, it's going to be a disaster, God forbid. You got to be careful what you're wishing for. Because whatever you wish for will happen. This month is not like, there is no gray area. Those of you who dated Scorpio, it's white, black, you're like, yes and no. They don't know any other answer. Yes, no. Very simple. It's bad and good. But yes, no. Yes, no. I love you or I hate you. What about between? I don't know. And very simple. Scorpio cut it like very, if they end up the relationship, it's over in 1 minute. It's like they don't ever regret. It's like, bye, okay, let me go and date somebody else. Yeah. Move on. They move on quite quickly. Now, let me show them the angel's name. Yeah, please, welcome. Let me see. Deb? Yeah. Can I see the angel? Thank you. The angel is called Gabriel. He's the archangel. Every month there is a specific angel that controls that month. The angel Gabriel is in charge, what we call in Kabbalah, what we call in spirituality, of the energy of Gvurot. Gvurot mean how strong are you? Or what is for you to overcome? Every person need to know that in a chamber of spirituality, there is 2 levels. One level is how excited are you to do the right thing? Second level is how strong are you to stop yourself from doing the wrong thing. The second level is actually seem tough, but it's easier. All what you have to do, my friend, choose one thing. Not 2, 1. One thing that you definitely, you don't need a teacher, you know the guru, you don't need anybody. You know. Stop lying to yourself. You go to the teacher because maybe he will say something less than what you think of yourself. So you cheat the teacher, right? Say, okay, let me see what he said. Huh? What is that? Let me go to the psychic. Maybe they will not say so bad. Okay? Just say, they say, okay, goodbye, no problem. You know. So don't lie to yourself. Say to yourself, okay, I know I need to change this bad habit that I'm having. I gotta change it enough already. I'm doing it. If I cannot control myself or stop doing it, why would I want to control my life? I can control my life if I cannot control this little thing that I'm doing. I share something on Shabbat, on Saturday, with my food need. Food for me means love. I mean, the way I grew up with my mom, I grew up with both parents, but my father was my father, he passed away. But my father, because he grew up in an orphan in Sicily, so for him to give love or to exist was not so existing. He was working, bring the money, and that's it. That was a father. So when it's come to my mom, it's a different story. There is more kindness, more love, more lesson, as I told you before. I remember when I was young, I was a difficult kid. It was very difficult to be my mom, to be my mom. And sometimes when I talk to my mom, I said, Mom, did you finish forgiving me for everything I did? I was really bad. I mean, I look at my kids, and sometimes I ask them, is everything okay? Why am I blessed? I mean, I didn't do such a good job, as a child, and usually, it's come around. So are you okay? Did I suppress you? Those of you who know Scorpio, I'm going to ask them a lot of questions. Is everything okay? Maybe you're depressed and you don't know you're depressed. You want to talk to me about depression? And my son looked, I'm not depressed. I said, but maybe you are. Maybe you are. He said, leave me alone. I'm okay. okay, if you're okay, so can you tell me when you're not okay? You say, enough, just enough. You know, Scorpio have the tendency to save. You know, I gotta save you, I gotta take care of this. So the angel Gabriel, you know, as I say, what I learned from my mom, is the idea of overcoming things. We didn't grow up rich, we grew up in one of the worst areas in Israel. No money, a lot of drugs, a lot of killing in the neighborhood. Really, really bad, really, really bad. But my mom had the capability of overcome things that normal people will not overcome. And when you see that, this is giving you the concept of the angel Gabriel. What is about you, my dear friend? What is about you? One thing. Please be honest with yourself, not to me. Tonight, and for the next 30 days, what is the one thing that you wish you can change, but you don't have the power to do that? You don't have the power. You're allowed to say it. Tonight, before you go to sleep, write the name of the angel Gabriel. With respect, guys. Before you do that, before you go to sleep, please make sure you wash your hand, because the hand is the extension of the soul. Don't wear something with metal on your body, okay? Don't wear anything metal. And don't wear the color red or black, please. Okay? No red, no black. Any other color is accepted. And when you meditate on the angel Gabriel, please ask in the next 3 days, a 72 hours process, that you need help. You want to truly overcome that need that you have. And you can, but you need help. As I start telling you the story of my mom teach me love with food. So when I came to America, I didn't know that the dessert that come to the table is to share. I didn't understand the concept of share. You know, a lot of time you go to dinner, there is a dessert in the middle, and people share. I didn't get it. I didn't get the memo. I mean, nobody told me. So I remember we were in New York, and they bring like a serious size of my favorite dessert. I think it's the number one dessert in the world. It's called crème brûlée. I don't know if you know what it is. Crème brûlée is with the little sugar that you break in. You break in, it sounds good. It's so. But people were a little bit too polite for New Yorker, and they didn't reach out for that. So slowly I found myself, my wife told me after that with the finger, like I pulled the plate a little bit closer. I didn't notice because I couldn't reach, it was far. So, you know, a little bit. And she said, many years ago. She said, you did talk to the people. I said, well, it's a shame. I mean, the dessert gonna go to the garbage like this, because that's how I grew up. So everybody grew up with a certain need, with a certain addiction, with a certain problem. Not to be ashamed of it. There's no reason to be ashamed. It's to ask for help. Just be in a place, master of the world, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do, stuck. And then, Angel Gabriel, please help me tonight. And next, remember, 3 days, the Angel Gabriel is quite available. Some people write the question, according to Rabbi Avraham Abulafia, under the pillow. You know, they write the question with the empty space. Some people put it under the mattress. Doesn't matter what you do, but just that it will be in a moment that you can meditate on it, please. Remember that if you are couples and you sleep together, try not to talk after you write it down, okay? Please, there's no talking after that. What about texting? Included, yes. So you're not talking, you just put it under the pillow and just ask for help from above. Another few things that I want to share, then I'll let you go, I'll let you ask questions if you want. One of the things that normally happening in these months is argument and disagreement, but a lot. So you will already see it after you leave this door. So remember, the whole universe right now has disagreement about something. Why is that? The word disagreement in Hebrew is called machloket. Within the word machloket, there is something called chelek mavet. It's part of death. The angel of death, the way that is slowly get into our life is when we have disagreement. You're allowed to keep your opinion, but you're not allowed to cancel somebody else's opinion. You're allowed to say your opinion about things, but you're not allowed to say to the other person, you're wrong. It's not my business to tell to the other person they're wrong. It's not my business. This is their tikkun, this is their karma, this is their dharma. This is where they need to go. They have to go to that path. If they ask me for help, if they want to know, why not? Be there for them, be generous, be a wonderful person, and give and give and give more. And remember, by next Monday, exactly at 7 p.m., when we are doing, the surrounding light, that's when it's manifest. It starts tonight, and it manifests next week. And then after this, the full moon. There'll be a lot of power. Another thing, maybe the last thing, the month of Scorpio known for potential. That's why Scorpio have patience to work very hard until they see result. If you look at the history, it was 2 temples that was built in Jerusalem. The temple was not to represent some synagogue, as many people think. It was an energy center that it's almost like a pulse of energy to the whole world. That was the original concept of the temple. Today people look at it like historical event and all this and that. It's not. The place still active. It's an active place. If you look from a spiritual point of view, try to think that there is the non-physical universe that's shooting exactly energy to a place. The exact energy where it's go to is exactly in the middle of Jerusalem where the temple used to be. That's exactly where it touched, like a needle point. That energy flow to the whole world from there. But now, because you don't have the force, you don't have the vessel, so that energy cannot flow right. So weird things happen. The temple first was built in the month of Libra. The second temple was dedicated in the first day of Hanukkah, that's why Hanukkah. And the third temple, according to all the Kabbalists, will be built exactly in the month of Scorpio. So what is it telling us? And again, temple is a home, temple is a vessel. Again, what is it telling us? That it's all the time about potential. So for Scorpio, people invest so much time and energy and they don't see fruit. And I want to tell you, don't upset you, some of you might see fruit. Month of Scorpio is not about fruit. Month of Scorpio is about injecting seed into the ground. Whatever you do in this month, please rest less sleeping. Don't put an alarm clock next to your bed. I know some American tradition is to look at time before you go to sleep. There is something about looking at the time before you go to sleep. I have no idea why. I never figured it out. I slept 7 hours. 7 hours. How do you know? Well, when the 11, and I know how to count from 11 to 7 hours. What if you're not going to know how many hours you slept? Well, then I might feel bad and I want to know why. Or I might feel good and I want to know why. Enough with that. So let the alarm clock. And you don't need that many hours as many doctors tell you have to have 8 hours. 8 hours. The idea is in this month you invest time, energy, seed level, more and more in everything. More and everything. Now, I would like you please I'm going to take you to a short meditation before I let you go. If you have a question in there, I would like to ask a question. Looking for the one I like. There you go. So just meditation, just to explain meditation, there's so many kinds. All kinds are good. There is no bad meditation. All meditation are good. Whatever you do is good. So the main thing is to relax. Now, one of the things that you need to know, around your belly buttons again, to the side, every time that you get a bit stressed, and you will, I'm sorry, this month you're going to get stressed. So you take your 2 fingers, those 2 fingers, those of you who did the course with me, how to read the hands, Jupiter and Saturn, okay? And you're pressing it in a little bit, and you release about 10 times, like the 10 spherot, and you press it and leave it releasing stress, okay? And Scorpio months need it, Scorpio people need it. So I want you, before we start, to put the melody for you, is just close your eyes and releasing stress. Think about 1 area or 2 areas where you have stress and release it. Press in if you can, and then release it. Do it about 10 times. Once you finish 10 times, just relax. Put a smile on your face. Beautiful smile. That's your muscle. Beautiful smile. Yes, yes, yes. I want you to see yourself achieving your goals, which is the number one goal of life is happiness. You're happy. You have gratitude. You're satisfied. And take this energy into your heart. And from your heart, give it back to the world. I want you to see yourself now walking into a cave. There's light from outside. And as you're walking in, there's a chamber to your right. I would like you to go in, please, and sit and relax. You're going to meet your guardian. You're going to meet your angel. You're going to meet the spirit, whatever you invite. I want you to ask for one thing there, only one, about yourself, something which is very important for you to know. So take your time and just think, and let the angel talk to you, let the guardian talk to you. Inhale and exhale as deep as you can, 3 times. And then open your eyes. I want first to thank each and every one of you for the effort. I know it's not easy to drive in LA to park in our neighborhood. So first thank you for coming. Those of you, the first time for you in vitaltransformation.org, you can go online, find out what we do. All of our lectures and audio is for free, totally for free. The lecture, we have event, we have different things we want to give to our society, to the global community. And of course, Debbie and me are available to always coach and help people whatever they need in their life, whatever they go through. And hopefully we'll be able to guide and help as many people as possible. And what can I say? I hope I will see you next Monday when we're taking care of the surrounding life. That will be next level. But maybe we'll open it for question and answer. If you want to ask something, maybe something I didn't cover, maybe. I'm sure you have a wish to know something.
I have a quick question
Yeah, please.
about the meditation.
Yes.
So you said to write on the paper,
Yeah,
you remove the metal and all that. And then you put it on the mattress, you meditate. But you said something about 3 days. Do you meditate 3 days?
3
Do
days,
you write
yeah.
it again 3 days?
Yes, the same thing for three nights. You do it 3
So you
nights.
put
Tonight
a
is the
paper,
first
and then
night.
you put another piece of paper, another one?
No,
or
no,
just the
same
one?
piece of paper. Because sometimes you're going to get the answer the first night, and then the second night the answer will be different. So you have to
So you
compare, you have to write it
meditate
down.
3 times.
Yeah, you have to write it down. And make sure, I recommend to wash hands is the minimum, but those of you who can take shower at night, I know people don't like to shower at night, but it will be even better. So you got to be clean before you're going into bed. So it's a different connection, okay?
What's the question you're asking?
For everybody. should I have a chutzpah me now? I would say, you let me in, man, you open the door. Like, when am I getting married, or, you know, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I told you not to ask you that. The mass of Scorpio, it's all flow, you know, it's flowing. Oh, when I'm gonna make my first million. Okay, now you're. Okay. Okay. So, yes.
You said this month not to go with your mind or.
Not to do what?
You said this month, don't go with your mind or your heart. Go with the unknown. Can you explain that a little bit more?
How can I explain that? It's something that you gotta do. If I explain it, I already do the brain and the heart. You know?
More
So,
impulsive, maybe.
once you see ever a kid was, my kids was, when they were young, they were wild, but because they were my kids, I thought they were righteous. You know, until one lady told me, you know, your kids making everybody crazy. I said, what do you mean? I said, they jump. And unfortunately, I had to experience that when my son Michael, he liked to do, like, he ran and they flipped up in the air, and then he broke his head in front of me with blood. When I'm with the phone, with a very famous rock band that need me to bless their singer. So I'm on the phone with them, and I can't finish this, and Debbie's not there, she was pregnant, and I can't tell Debbie what's going on. It's basically, I'm in the middle of a phone and a mess, and basically because I didn't know how to end up the call, I just closed the phone. You know, you remember those phones, I'm saying close the phone. Close the phone, dial 991 instead of 911. And I told my friend, make sure that wherever you see Debbie, she's not allowed to go into the building. So, doesn't matter. I did everything. And my son kept running. He did it again, the second time. He did it twice. So, kids, it's not brain or heart. It's experience. Experience. You know, experience. So those of you who never ski, maybe it's time to stop. Those of you who never, I don't know, talk to people. Did you ever go to dinner by yourself? That's an experience. Or to movie by yourself? Anybody ever go to movie by yourself? You did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're some special people. Whoever went to dinner by themselves? No way. Real dinner, like when it was night? Amazing. So I tell you what, if you're so open, I'll be open with you. So when you go to dinner by yourself, you have to say those words. Okay, in this class, you have to say your name. Okay, when you say your name, you say this is for you. You have to talk to yourself because your name is the DNA of your soul. Your name is the DNA of the soul. So if you say your name to yourself, let's say this is for you, Eliyahu. I'm taking you to dinner. You really have to talk like that. And then you see it, you say, Eliyahu, I think I'm going to order you something really nice. When you do that, I know it sounds a bit silly, but it's not. It's actually a therapy that works amazing. Amazing. What it's going to do. Now in this month, everything is intense, so it's going to work for the whole year. Do that. Wow, I didn't know a lot of people go to dinner by themselves. Wow, this is amazing. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. And this is brave. You are brave people. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful month. Have a wonderful